to my channel. So today I'm just going to be making mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is one of the most requested on my Instagram. If you don't follow me, you can follow me now at story_of__her life. I love to cook, so I'm always posting on Instagram, and I decided why not start a YouTube and just start posting my recipes there. So that's what we're doing today. I already have my water boiling with some salt and oil. I have my noodles right here. I use cavatappi. I don't like to use elbow noodles, so yeah, we switched it up with cavatappi. So now that that is boiling, I'm just gonna dump that in my water. Nice and easy. So we're just gonna let these noodles boil and let them get al dente. Once they are al dente, you don't want them to be too mushy because they're gonna cook more in the oven. So once they get al dente, I'll just drain them, and yep, we'll get the sauce ready. Alright, so our noodles are done. They are al dente, so now I'm just gonna drain. Alright, so now that the noodles are drained, I have about 3 teaspoons, not tablespoons, teaspoons of butter melting in my pan on low. I also have this is about 2 tablespoons of flour. I'm just going to dump that in, but we want to make sure we whisk everything in, mix everything in. And we're going to let this flour cook for about a minute. You don't want your mac and cheese to taste like raw flour, so we're going to let this cook. Let it get brown. You want it to be like a nice golden brown. And this is called a roux. So this is what you're gonna use to make your cheese thick. So I have heavy cream here. I'm lying. I just lied straight to y'all face. I have half and half. So I'm gonna use about a cup of this half and half. And I just eyeball it. I really am not gonna lie to y'all, just eyeball it. Now mine, I see a lot of people who, when they make their roux, it's like just butter. I like my roux to be a little on a thick side, if that makes sense. Because I want my cream to be, like my sauce to be thick, not too runny. And that's no problem, because if you want your roux to be thinner, you don't add as much flour. Or you can just add more half and half. I don't know why I keep saying heavy cream. I don't know. Heavy cream been on my mind. But yeah, so I'm gonna just keep mixing this until the flour, or the roux mix, should I say, dissolves. And watch, you're gonna see it thickens up. This is how our cream sauce is coming along. So you just want to make sure you keep stirring it, because you don't want it to burn. It will start to thicken and get stuck to the bottom. So just make sure you keep an eye on it. Do not leave it. So what I'm going to do is add more. So I'm eyeballing this half and half. Depending on how much noodles you have, that's how you'll know how much sauce, like, you need. But I'm just cooking a little bit just for myself and my boyfriend, so Definitely gonna add a little more sauce. So like I said, just keep whisking this, whatever you have, a whisk spoon. I just don't like to use metal, so this is good for me. When you use metal, it scrapes the bottom of your pan. I don't like that, so just keep on whisking. I'm gonna add more milk, half and half. And I think that's enough for my noodles. Like I said, I eyeball it. I've been cooking for a while, so I know when enough is enough. And so I didn't show y'all, I have, this is Velveeta cheese I already sliced. So once my cream gets a little thicker, I'm just gonna start adding the Velveeta cheese in there. So these are the other cheeses that I will be using for my mac and cheese. I love the creamy melt triple cheddar. I love my mozzarella with the mac and cheese, and I also use Colby Jack. So one thing about this is that this is just regular mac and cheese. This is not something that we'll do for Thanksgiving, or go all out with the cheeses like Gouda, things of that, Asiago. I love those. I use those on holidays, but right now we just want a regular traditional mac and cheese. So yeah. Alright, so my sauce is thickening up. Now I'm just gonna add my Velveeta cheese. And so remember, keep your fire on low. You do not want your cheese to burn. It will burn. Please keep it on low. It will burn. And just let your Velveeta cheese melt. Alright, so now your sauce should look like this. You see the color changed a little. And what I'm going to do now is add, literally guys, this is eyeballing. So I'm just going to take a clean handful of the Colby Jack. Mix that in. Remember not to let your sauce sit because it will burn. And also you can put more or less, whatever you prefer. Clean hands only. And then I'm gonna add, actually I don't want to dig my hand in there no more because I don't like the feel of that. So just gonna add eyeball maybe a half a cup of this mozzarella, because we're gonna add more mozzarella when we get the mac in the pan. And little secret, if you didn't know, mozzarella actually makes your sauce stringy. So depending on how stringy you want it, you add more or not. And so basically, I'm just letting all the cheese melt on a low heat. Because again, it's going to cook in the oven. And if you are watching, thank you so much. If you use this recipe or any of my recipes, always tag me or let me know in the comments. So I'm gonna add a little more of Like I said, I'm eyeballing, so. Now we have to season our sauce. So about 2 tablespoons of black pepper and a tablespoon of salt. That's it, and that's all. Now once this is all mixed in and it's to your desired thickness, the cheese is all melted, we're gonna add the noodles. Alright, so I added my noodles to my sauce and I turned my stove off. Now you just want to make sure you mix everything in. You want all of your noodles to be in that sauce. I'm trying to tell you, you don't want any, just noodles in your mac and cheese. It's called mac and cheese for a reason. So let's get up in there. And so just by looking at it, I could tell I want a little more pepper. It looks a little too bland for me. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Also, you make sure you taste as you go. I don't know how much I can stress that, but it's better to taste as you go because you don't wanna have a bland taste in mac and cheese. So, and don't overdo it. You can always add more, but you can never take away. Okay, so I feel like this is all mixed in. I feel like all of my noodles are coated in that cheese sauce. So now we're just gonna transfer this to our pan. And I'll show you what I do next. So after we've transferred everything into the pan, this is what it should look like. I added more pepper on top because we like pepper. So now I'm just gonna add the mozzarella. I'm gonna just dump it, right? And what I'm gonna do is my hands are clean. I keep washing my hands. So let's not talk about nobody's hands. And I am in the comfort of my own home, feeding myself and my boyfriend. I'm not feeding nobody else. So let's just get that all in the corners. I'm trying to move all of that stuff. I'm sorry. If you're making a mess, are you really cooking? Okay, so now I'm gonna add my triple cheddar, and this is what it looks like. Like I said, eyeballing. I'm just eyeballing. And just make sure everything is in all the crevices. All the crevices. So our mac and cheese is ready for the oven. What I did was add some parsley. I added some fresh parsley on top. And now I'm gonna add it to the oven. And as you can see, I don't like to see my noodles. So my cheese is filled all around and in the crevices. I don't want to see any pockets of noodles. My oven is already preheated to 375, 400. I have chicken in there, big chicken barbecue that I'm making with that. So with this mac and cheese. So I'm gonna add this mac and cheese to this pan because I don't want my cheese to start dripping over it and it's spilled in the oven and that's just too much. So I'm gonna add a mac and cheese to this pan here, like sit on top of it. Put it in the oven for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna keep my eye on it though because you don't want it to burn. So I'm baking some Chipotle roasted garlic chicken wings. That's what we're gonna have with the mac and cheese. Oh, and let me show y'all these collard greens though. That's gonna be for another video, another time, because this is totally separate. You need to know how to do collard greens. Everybody collard greens you cannot eat. Okay, so look at these collard greens. And so what I added here was a smoked turkey wing, and I keep my bone in there because that gives the, gives the broth more flavor. You don't want no bland nothing. So these are my collard greens. I added some chopped onion, I chopped some red pepper, and I chopped some garlic.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked. By the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain and thunder, baby, I wonder, would you just put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for you. Let me lay a great time on you. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill.
And another woman that could take your spotlight. If I wrote you a symphony, just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you. This ring here represents my heart, but there's just one thing I need from you. Say I do, because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby.